Hey everyone. In this week's reading of chapter 6, the new, I guess, information or important stuff that stuck out to me was the information about building a table of specifications for your assessments. I've made tons of assessments over the years, and I never thought to stop and break it down the way that the book details. So the example of objectives for a weather unit was really relevant to me because I teach middle school science. And it was interesting to see how everything was broken down and then the weighting of everything. In the past, my teammates and I, when we've created assessments, we use a program called SchoolNet, and we basically plug in standards to SchoolNet, and then we can tell it how many questions we want for each one. The questions are limited. They are just multiple choice, mostly true, false. We can create some others. And after reading this, I'm seeing that I need to take more time to break it down even further beyond just the big standard. So it can be broken down into smaller topics and then specified based on that. So I just found it really interesting, the chart that was created. And then in addition to that, seeing the difference between the two-way chart and the one-way chart, the one-way classification where you can just focus on a specific set of skills. It's not necessarily that your content is changing so much over time. But the two-way chart, I feel like would be really beneficial for me. We teach large units of content, and this would be a really great way to review the whole unit at the end and make sure that I am actually covering the things that I want to cover. The second part that was really interesting to me, that I just need to do a better job with, is the discussion of providing performance assessments for standards that have verbiage that means that the kids have to perform something. I think a lot of times we just skip over that part. And even though I do project-based learning and I do provide a lot of opportunities for that, I don't really stop and think specifically about the types of assessments that I have and do they match the verbs that are in the standards. So this whole section was just really informative for me and eye-opening, so that as I move forward this year, we often just use the same tests we've used year after year. And I'm realizing that I definitely need to go back and revise some of those and make sure that I am truly targeting the standards in the way that they are meant to be targeted.